They're coming after all the 5 stars, even if they're committed to your team. They're not holding back. You see this comment right here, and this got over 2,000 likes. This was on my original post. We are witnessing a real-life NCAA video game dynasty turnaround. We are. You can't make this crap up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you had a great Friday night. Hope all of you had a great weekend, or not weekend, week, my apologies. Hope all of you are going to have a great weekend. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, before we get into the games on Saturday, we got to talk about this crazy and just unique situation involving, guess who? The Nerds, Vanderbilt. We're going to get straight into this. No intro, none of that. I don't got time wasting. We got time waste either. I've also had quite a bit of people send this to me as well, and I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I don't know what y'all want me to say or what you expect me to say. This is one of those where I don't have any analysis. I don't have any comment. It is what it is. The referee situation. For those of you that have no idea what's going on, there's been some posts come out about an SEC ref. I believe it is, who was it? The Ken Williamson guy. He has apparently and allegedly been permanently suspended from officiating SEC games. What's really odd about this is you've seen a lot of people report on it, but you haven't seen ESPN or the SEC themselves come out with an official statement. The reason for him being quote-unquote suspended is because of all the bad officiating calls in the Auburn-Georgia game, and we already know what happened there. It was egregious, to say the least. Depending on what media outlet or source you look at, they all have their different headlines and reasons as to why he's been permanently suspended. Here's my 2 cents on this. I don't care. I just simply do not care. I could care less. It doesn't affect any of the games in the future. And I know these are some reputable sources, but I haven't seen ESPN or the SEC come out with it. I gotta divert back to that. I've seen some people saying, well, him being permanently suspended, that is a harsh punishment. That's a little too much. Here's all I gotta say about that too. I'm not pulling the strings. If they want to suspend him, that's up to them. Not gonna comment on that any further. I did want to bring it up in this video because I had a ton of you sending it to me. As always, if there's any news or storylines or just topics and things in general you want us to talk about on the channel, send it to me on Twitter. It's the same as the YouTube channel. Moving along here, though, to the main topic of the main encore, main reason you clicked onto this video. What in the world is going on with Vanderbilt? Well, outside of them being a top 10 team, hold on, we got to clap it up to Vandy. Top 10. More than halfway through the regular season. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. It's reality. Vanderbilt's got a good football team, whether you like it or not, but guess what? It may get even better. Yesterday, some big-time news came out that Georgia 5-star plus, not just a 5-star, but a plus quarterback commit Jared Curtis will visit Vanderbilt on Saturday for its matchup against Missouri. Continuing to read, Curtis attended a Vandy practice with his high school coach on Wednesday. Whoo. What about that? As you can see, I wound up quote tweeting it and say 5 stars are visiting Vanderbilt now with this meme you're looking at right here. It is more than safe to say that the tables have turned. Vanderbilt is willingly getting 5-star recruits to visit them. I can't believe it. Will he wind up going there? I have no idea. But here's what I do know. The fact you got a 5-star recruit that is willing and even considering Vanderbilt, it's out of this world. You see this comment right here, and this got over 2,000 likes. This was on my original post. We are witnessing a real-life NCAA video game dynasty turnaround. We are. You can't make this crap up. It feels like a video game. The turnaround of this Vanderbilt program has got to be studied and it's got to be talked about. I don't know anything about this young man, but according to some of the comments, he is from Nashville, and, you know, it just makes total sense. Game day's going there. So, hey, why not? Get you a free visit. Get you a free, pretty much, I don't want to call it a vacation, but it kind of is that. What's a better way of saying this? Get you a free experience business trip. Yeah. We'll go with that. And I get what all the Georgia fans are saying. Oh, well, Matt, he's from Nashville and game day's there. Why wouldn't he go? I agree with you to a certain extent, but here's my rebuttal. 8 years ago, a 5-star, this same player wouldn't even go to a Vanderbilt game if you paid him to go. Oh, this is a great comment. Imagine waking up from a 10-year coma to see Vandy, Indiana, Georgia Tech in the top 10. Yeah, you got a good point there. And I'm sure this is a nothing burger. He'll probably stay committed and wind up signing with Georgia. But here's something we need to talk about. Like this comment says right here. It's kind of crazy that if they wanted to just take sports seriously, they could be a real power play. Vanderbilt is so rich. Yes, my friend, you are 110% correct. You see, a lot of people don't understand how much money Vanderbilt has and how much money some of those alumni have. Yeah, we call them the nerds, but guess who makes all the money in the world? The nerds. Let this be known right now. Vanderbilt has the money and the resources to not just be a good football team, but to be a good football program moving forward. If you don't want to take me seriously, that's fine. You know Diego Pavia, their star quarterback? They're paying him $2.5 million. They can compete in the NIL department. This is not like, oh, Alabama can spend, or Alabama's not a top spender in the SEC. Oh, yeah, Texas. It's not like, oh, well, Texas they can spend $20 million and Vanderbilt can only spend, we'll say $3 or $4 million. No, Vanderbilt can spend $20 million if they want to. They got the funds. Don't get it twisted. Will they spend it? Different conversation for a different day. Same thing with Arkansas. Arkansas, they got all the money in the world, but they just chose not to spend it on their football team because the alumni, the boosters, whoever, they didn't believe in Sam Pittman. Where's Arkansas spend all their money currently? The basketball team. Look at it. They're dishing out $1 to $2 million per player like it's nothing. Vanderbilt's got the money on to compete. I do want to address this. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, well, it's just the Pavia thing. Whenever Pavia graduates finally and he winds up leaving, they're going to go back to winning 3-4 games a year. I don't think so. May I remind you, Pavia is the main reason they lost the Alabama game. If they had a quarterback in that one that didn't turn the ball over, they'd be sitting pretty at 7-0. Let me say it again, Vanderbilt 7-0. Their defense this year has been solid, better than last year. The main difference with Vanderbilt this year and last year compared to 15, 20 years prior is they actually have the dudes to compete thanks to, you know what, NIL and the transfer portal. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because I want to enjoy this college football season. But I am so curious to see how they fare out without Pavia because there's a lot of doubters, and I don't know. Maybe the doubters are right. Maybe they go back to winning 3-4 games a year, but I just don't see it. The way Clark Lee has this program up and running, I don't see it changing anytime soon. And by it, I'm referring to them winning around 6 to 9 games per year. Anything past 10, especially in the SEC, which is a gauntlet, that's pushing it. But Vanderbilt's letting it be known right now. They're not playing around. They're coming after all the 5 stars, even if they're committed to your team. They're not holding back. And let's talk about Mr. Jared Curtis for a second. And this would be my question to him. Why not Vanderbilt? Why wouldn't you want to go there? You'd be dang near guaranteed a starting job. If you go to Vandy, they're going to give you, we'll say, $2 or $3 million per year. Georgia, they're not going to give you that. I like competition. I'm a firm believer in iron sharpens iron. If you go to Georgia, though, what's the downside? You're going to be competing with other 4- and 5-star recruits for that starting spot at the quarterback position. It's going to be hard to win that job, and you know you're probably not going to see the field for what? 2 to 3 years? Whereas if you go to Vanderbilt, you're going to be the guy. You're not going to have to compete with 5-star recruits at the quarterback position. You're going to have to go out there and win it, but it's not going to be as fierce competition. And since they're going to be paying you the big buckaroonies, they're going to feel like they have to start you, they have to play you because they want to get a return on their investment. And I know there's a lot of downsides and negatives to NIL, but this is one of the bright sides. Teams like Vanderbilt can compete now. There's more parity. These programs that weren't able to compete can compete now because of NIL. They can give these 4- and 5-star recruits a bunch of money to persuade them to commit to their school over Georgia, Alabama, Texas, teams like that. It just comes down to what this player wants. If you want to compete for championships, play with the best of the best, you go to Georgia. There's no debate there. However, if you want immediate playing time, you want to get to the NFL as fast as you can, you might want to go to Vanderbilt. I don't think there's a wrong answer. It's just personal preference, and it's not like you'd be going to Vanderbilt and playing for an awful football team. Whether you like it or not, we're talking about a top 10 team in the nation. They are not an easy lick anymore. They're legit. We'll end it off there. Doing make this a short, simple, and sweet video on your Friday night. Let me know your thoughts down below.